as we officially open the 68th seminar of the International Sugar Organization, an event of great significance hosted for the very first time in Kenya. And I want to join our Agriculture Minister, Mutahi Kagwe, in thanking the ISO for choosing Kenya as a venue for this seminar. To our guests again, as the Minister and the Governor has already said, we extend a very warm welcome to magical Kenya. Karibu sana, and feel free to explore the rich magical heritage our country offers. To the International Sugar Organization, the government and the people of Kenya appreciate that you honored us to host this conference, and we believe we will meet your expectations. We hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, sugar is far more than a commodity. It is a covenant between a nation and its people, as it is consumed in almost, if not every home in our nations. Sugar is an important ingredient to most of our foodstuff. It is utilized in immense volumes daily in the baking of pastries, brewing of beverages, sweetening our lives, and providing the much-needed energy. Every hectare of sugarcane that sways in the breeze anywhere in the world represents a family's livelihood. Every meal that turns represents employment. Every ton of sugar that reaches the market represents labor, hope, and investment of thousands of men and women who rise before dawn to tend their farms. This is the deeper meaning of what we do when we gather in forums such as this one. We are not just discussing a crop or a market. We are discussing the dignity of farming communities, the resilience of developing economies, and the future of millions of people across Africa, Asia, Latin America, and elsewhere in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Kenya, the sugar sector has suffered several challenges in the past, and I'm sure the same is the case in your own countries, at least some of your countries. The industry was weighed down by inefficiency, institutional lethargy, high production costs, and a regulatory environment that did not inspire confidence. Farmers were underpaid, mills were underperforming, investors were understandably cautious. The government of Kenya, in this administration of William Ruto, President of Kenya, made a deliberate choice to transform this subsector in several ways. One, restructuring the Sugar Board to make it leaner, more transparent, and more effective. Two, engaging with millers on clear performance standards. Three, bringing in the private sector to provide investments to run our sugar mills, as the Minister for Agriculture of the Republic of Kenya has just said. We have also, in this administration, initiated the revival of state-owned factories through leasing these factories to the private sector, which has attracted quite some serious private investments. We have worked to bring discipline and predictability to sugarcane pricing so that farmers can plan and invest in their farms with greater certainty. I am proud to report to you, delegates, that these efforts are beginning to bear fruit. Farmers are gradually gaining confidence in sugarcane farming. Investment interest is growing from our private sector. Output is improving. The planted acreage is increasing, and our national production is steadily on an upward trajectory. But we are under no illusion. There is still much work ahead, and we are committed to seeing it through. Distinguished delegates, as we look to the future of this industry, I would like to underscore that the model of producing raw sugar alone is no longer sufficient for all of us. The world is changing, energy systems are transforming, consumer preferences are shifting, climate pressures are intensifying, and the global movement towards sustainable circular economies is no longer a distant ambition. It is an accelerating reality. The sugar industry of tomorrow must be integrated and diversified, one that produces sugar, yes, sugar, but also ethanol, sustainable aviation fuel, renewable energy, bio-based chemicals, and other high-value industrial outputs, one where nothing is wasted and everything has value. In Kenya, we are already beginning to move in this direction. We are encouraging cogeneration projects that allow sugar factories to generate and sell electricity. We are exploring the expansion of ethanol production as a blending component for cleaner transport fuels. And we are investing in the research and development necessary to make our industry more competitive and more sustainable over the long term. In Africa, or across Africa, we have vast underutilized sugarcane potential. The continent has the land, the climate, the labor, and increasingly the ambition. What we need and what events like this help to catalyze is the knowledge, the partnerships, and the investment to unlock that potential. Africa has been described as the youngest continent on earth. Our greatest asset is our people, and specifically our young people. But we will not attract young Africans into agriculture with sentiment alone. Young people are pragmatic. They follow opportunity. They go where innovation lives and where enterprise thrives. Our task as governments and industry leaders and as investors is to transform agriculture into the kind of sector that ambitious young people want to be part of. That means embracing digital tools and precision farming, creating agribusiness ecosystems that generate real wealth, and building the infrastructure, the logistics, and the financing systems that allow agricultural enterprise to flourish at scale. The sugar industry, properly transformed, can be a powerful vehicle for exactly this kind of economic inclusion for African youth. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot talk about the future of agriculture and industry without confronting the realities of climate change. Across Kenya and the broader region, we are witnessing the effects of a changing climate in real time. Rain patterns and volumes are often inconsistent, while droughts and floods are becoming more frequent. This unpredictable weather pattern is not a future challenge. It is a present reality demanding urgent response. Climate adaptation must therefore be embedded at every level, in the varieties of crops we grow, in the water management systems we employ, in the farming practices we deploy, and in the resilience of the supply chains and manufacturing processes we build. The sugar sector can be part of the climate solution. Biofuels, renewable energy from bagasse, and circular bioeconomy models put the sugar industry in a unique position to contribute meaningfully to the global transition away from fossil fuels. No conversation about the future of agriculture is complete without an honest discussion about international trade. The global sugar market remains one of the most distorted in agricultural trade. Production subsidies, export support, and import barriers in various parts of the world create conditions that are deeply unfair to developing country producers who simply want to compete on the merits of their products. Kenya stands firmly in support of a rule-based, transparent, and equitable international trading system for agricultural commodities. We believe that a genuinely free and fair trade is in the long-term interest of producers and consumers alike. I call on all partners, and particularly those from major producing and consuming nations, to work in good faith towards trade arrangements that give developing country industries the space to grow, to invest, and to compete on a level playing field. The International Sugar Organization has a vital role to play in this regard, and we commend its continued commitment to dialogue, research, and advocacy on behalf of the global industry. Distinguished delegates, as you engage in this conference, I encourage you to write the future of the sugar industry boldly, wisely, and collectively to inspire growth, sustain hope, and ignite passion from our citizens. On behalf of President William Ruto, the government and the people of Kenya, I wish you exceptionally productive deliberations. May your time here in Diani be both fruitful and memorable. And on that note, I bring you greetings from the leader of our country, President William Ruto. He sends his greetings and wishes you well. And because my task was to officially open the conference, I have already discharged my mandate. And with those many remarks, it is now my honor, my privilege to formally declare the 68th International Sugar Organization Seminar officially open. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Obrigado. Thank you very much. God bless you.